Hey, I have a question for you. Why is everyone talking about Marathon, but no one is talking about Crimson Desert, the potential sleeper hit of this year? All this and more on Season 9, Episode 19 of Press XSR Gamers Digest. I'm about to just drop that. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ, aka, my achy breaky heart. You don't know the pain I experienced in Expedition 33. I am joined by,
On MF Ross.
what does the MNF stand for?
Moist Lewis.
Yes, that is a museum. Now you know more about us and Moist Lewis. This is Press X Start Gamers Digest, a video game news show that condensed the most important gaming news from this past week into an hour-long meal just for you. We are live on YouTube every day when we can make it because because life is hard. Actually, no, it's not every day. It's every week. Let me go ahead and just change that. Every week when we can make it because life is hard.
Wiping babies' butts is easy.
Oh, hey, when it's a little boy, it's a little different. I'll tell you that right now. It's kind of dodging, ducking, and weaving sometimes. But don't forget, you can support this video, which would support us by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and hitting the notification bell. If you want, you can join in our conversation by joining our Discord at pressx2start.com/discord. And if you are listening, please leave us a review on whatever podcast service you are tuned in on. It could be Apple Podcasts, it could be YouTube, whatever other podcast service out there. It's kind of I don't know what's out there anymore because everything is kind of like either gone down or come back and there's a new thing. I don't know. Just support us, please. Spotify, please.
Like this video, or we gonna start getting some sponsors and doing ad reads for Blue Chew. And
you heard him. You heard him. Yeah. Blue Chew and Big Red.
When life gets hard, Blue Chew makes it easy. All right,
when life gets hard, Blue Chew makes it harder. All right, enough of that and the free endorsement. Hey, let's jump into the gaming news with number 1. Crimson Desert is for fighting game sickos like me. This comes to us from GameSpot by way of Max Blumenthal. That's a cool last name. All right. Yeah, Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert is the game that popped up at this point years ago and was like, oh.
I was gonna say, wasn't this game out already?
No. So this is the game that is made by Pearl Abyss, who made Black Desert, which basically made waves from having this really, really, really cool and like.
Oh, okay, it's a different game. Got you. Okay.
Yeah. So Black Desert is the MMO, and Crimson Desert is supposed to be the like single player experience. So their first trailer was just like, oh, this is like really cool. Like if it can keep this fidelity, that would be awesome. And that was years ago. Like it kind of felt like vaporware at that point. Let me go ahead and just switch to their latest trailer. Or not trailer, but GameSpot did a like little preview for them, and they got to sit down with one of the developers and basically talk through like the combat system, and it's pretty crazy. So I'm just going to this is just a video. Oh no,
man, this look like Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah. So I remember this video, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just talk through it essentially. So yeah, if you don't know what Crimson Desert is, Crimson Desert is like the mashup of Breath of the Wild meets Witcher meets Assassin's Creed with a fighting system mechanics as like the backbone to this game. So if you think Witcher, you're thinking like, normal hack and slash combos. You can like do a couple of special attacks and so on and so forth. That's sort of the basis of it, but you actually have different attacks that you can combo into each other. and the game is very freeform. So one of the examples the narrator gives is he asked the dev, okay, can I do like a slash attack to a sweep to a grab? And the developer was like, I don't know, maybe. And he's like, let me just try it. He tried it
Mm.
and it all linked together and it looked like one cohesive attack. And it's just like they both were just like that right there. No, actually, so yeah, I forgot about the delay. But yeah, like it is insane like what they were doing with this game in terms of the combat system. There's also a
Yeah.
grapple. Certain attacks will create different positions. Will position you differently from the character versus the enemy, and like you can play with all of that stuff. So basically, the game allows you to play how you want to play. So if you really just want to hack and slash your way through the game, you can, and that's totally viable. But
Sounds
if you
like what I
want to
do.
yeah, exactly. That's why I said it. That's why I said it. But if you want to like dig down and like start doing like crazy attacks or doing like crazy combos, the game allows you to do that as well. And like it is just it's insane in terms of what they're trying to accomplish with this.
Yeah.
The main thing behind all of this is that at the end, oh, this is actually getting into the roll sweep throw. So yeah, that's the part in the video where the narrator talked to the developer about doing this whole combo thing.
It all looks amazing
Mhm.
for a young person with no kids.
Right?
Or somebody with no kids and a lot of time on their hands. Like I'm looking
Yeah.
at this like, this looks so beautiful, but like you said, it's
Mhm.
a mix of like Breath of the Wild, Valhalla, and The Witcher. I
Assassin's Creed.
didn't
The
get
Witcher,
through The
yeah,
Witcher.
yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
get through Breath of the Wild.
Mhm.
And I was tired after I was tired of Assassin's Creed Valhalla after
Mhm.
God knows
Mhm.
how many hours. So like,
So that's the thing though.
what
We
is the
don't
time?
know
What is the time to beat on this? Like, how much gameplay
yeah.
hours are they promising? Like,
So we don't know. Like my guess is that this will probably not be a very huge game. I don't think it's going to be the size of like an Assassin's Creed or The Witcher or Breath of the Wild. I think
I'm
with
putting this at
them
40.
we say 40 hours?
I'm putting it at 40 hours.
Yeah. I mean, possibly. I'm hoping that I'm really hoping that's probably I mean cuz like we're
DJ,
playing
you can look
Clear
at this.
Obscure. Yeah, I know. I mean, you can look at this and be like, "Oh, this can be a long game," or this could be a like pretty tight 30-hour game, right?
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
No.
We'll see. Oh, I forgot. One of the other moves that you can do in the game beyond the drop kick is you can use the glint of your sword to blind the person to stun them and then do a
Mm.
combo after like they're just adding a bunch of stuff in this game. There's also a grappling hook. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. You can
For
incorporate
all
that with
these
with
things you
that.
can do, they're not going to make it a short game.
I mean, well, I guess what do you define as short versus long?
Under 25 hours, under 30 hours.
Okay. Well, how many hours you spent in Clear Obscure?
Like 15, 16 so far.
Okay. Oh, really? 15.
Like, let me see.
I didn't even look at my time. 'Cause I think I might be in like probably 20 or 30 hours.
And you ain't passed me, you sucker.
I know it's been. I'd leave it on sometimes, but also like kind of grinding and like looking and
Grinding.
exploring and stuff, all that stuff. Um, but yeah, uh, I am excited for this game.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, every time I look at this game, it's sort of a man. I can't wait to play that game, and I just put it in the back of my mind
Like,
because I'm like,
all right,
I don't know when it's gonna come out.
God of War Ragnarok felt kind of long, and that was 20 to 25 hours allegedly. Time to
Mm-hmm.
beat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Clear Obscure, they're saying it's also 26 hours.
That's a lie. I don't think Clear Obscure is
El-
20.
Elden Ring 60 hours.
That's also a
I'm
lie.
I'm I'm well, yeah, but you and Avery damn near almost platinumed it or whatever. So I mean, like
No, I did what I had to do to beat that game, and it took me 100 or something hours.
maybe because you suck.
Yes, that was a problem. I had to
I,
grind.
I'm just saying this game is gonna be long, but moving on.
Yeah, we'll see. And I say we'll see because so Nvidia had a drop the Nvidia GeForce dropped the trailer, and in the trailer it actually gave a more refined release period, and it's supposed to be later this year. So
Mm.
we'll see.
Are
Does
you
it get
looking to get this
pushed?
game?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think because like I saw something before and I was just like, oh, that's interesting. I never really like sat and dug down and like watched it to like get a sense of what's going on. But I think the deep dive that GameSpot did really kind of enlightened me and like, oh, this is
This
the
sounds
type
like
of
a
thing that I want.
Korean Dragon's Dogma for you.
Yeah, yeah. You're totally right there. Yeah, that's probably why I'm just like, oh, absolutely. Sign me up. Give me this 25 to 40 hour game. Watch it be 300 hours long. But yeah, no, we'll see. I just get a feeling that I don't think it's going to be like a super long. Like I think it might top out at like 40 hours, which is fine. That's something I can dig into. But we got all this talk about long hours and time. It's like you're running a marathon. Speaking of marathon, number 2, new marathon info, Bungie's morale, launch worries, and changing plans. This comes to us from Forbes by way of Paul Tassi, the only person that does gaming stuff at Forbes. So a lot of stuff happened with marathon beyond the
Mm.
alpha test. So there was this what freelance artist who came out. Their name is Anti-Real. Uh, they had posted on their X account, I believe, that they had saw one of their poster designs in Marathon, and they were able to confirm it because they had snuck in a little reference to Control Alt Delete, which is like a
Yeah.
no, yeah, Control Alt Delete is like a comic, but like a loss. I'm not familiar with what that is, but
It's
they
the
had
old webtoon comic, whatever, and I want to say the guy is. You know what? Never mind. Go ahead.
yeah, they had posted a reference to that comic, right?
Mm.
And essentially that whole thing just got copied and pasted into Marathon. Almost at Anthem for some weird reason. Got
Eh.
copy pasted into Marathon, and the artist was like, "Oh, there goes my work. I didn't get credit for this. This is like, what's going on?" That essentially blew up. It made its way to Bungie, and basically during what was supposed to be a sort of recap of the closed alpha testing that Marathon had,
Yeah.
Bungie essentially said like, "Hey, look, we're not going to drop what our information, or we're not going to drop what's up next for Marathon because we want to talk about this whole art theft stuff." And you know, they came clean, not came clean, but like they admitted that like, yeah, that was definitely stolen. The person who did it no longer works at Bungie, and they want to do an inventory of all of their art assets to make sure nothing else is stolen or nothing else isn't credited,
Yeah.
which I think is good. I think that is something they should do. It is great that they came out straight up and said, "Hey, look, this just happened to get caught up in our game and it wasn't credited, and that's our fault, and we're trying to fix that." They even reached out to the artist. As far as I know, the artist hasn't said anything since, but that might be part of whatever settlements that might happen in terms of like Bungie paying them,
If they're
saying,
getting
okay,
paid.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm hoping everything goes well with that. But in terms of Marathon, where it is right now, it is not in a great place. On top of all this, there has been other reports dropping, some from Paul Tassi, some from other people, basically talking about how the morale at Bungie is just pretty terrible. Which makes sense in terms of how Marathon is being treated like the next Concord in some situations. On top of, they had big layoffs happen within or from the past like 4 to 6 months or something. I think sometime last year they had a big I forgot exactly when. But right
Yeah,
now, right now Bungie is
in
doing
the
the best
shits.
they can in the shits. Yes, that's exactly how it should be described. um, and then you have Marathon, which is the next game from Bungie, but not the next game that most Bungie fans want. In that most Bungie fans are playing Destiny, and they would want a Destiny 3. So all this has essentially become an uphill battle for the developers at Bungie. And it gets reinforced with a bunch of the, lack of better words, hit pieces that you get on YouTube in terms of like, oh, Bungie's done, like, oh, can Bungie recover or can Marathon recover from this, all that stuff. And it kind of creates a whirlwind effect of like negativity. And of course the developers see this. And that's on top of their actual work that just creates a downhill like morale spiral. It's just a mess. And it really sucks. And it sucks for developers that have to go through this. And on top of all of that, there is also reports saying that how like developers basically came out and told the like higher ups in Bungie that, look, if we do this extraction thing, we should also have a PvE side to it because that's what our audience would want.
They crave the
And
mines.
yeah, and of course they didn't listen to the the developers, and here we are. And parts of this really does feel like what happened internally with Concord, and how
Mhm.
the developers are like, these character designs, we need to change them. They don't look great, for a lack of better words. And the higher ups are like, no, we're sticking with this because it's different, or X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, when you don't listen to your
The
workers,
creatives. Yeah.
yeah, like stuff happens, and it sucks for everybody involved. But this is where we are. This is where we are. Take a breath now. Where do you want to go
If you
with
didn't
this?
realize, folks, he's a creative and he doesn't get listened to. Um,
You know what? I do want to dig in onto the art side, because yes, my day job is a graphic designer. I design graphics. And because of that,
he designs boxes for women's pleasure products.
I
Um,
told you that in confidence, Sean. In confidence.
you said where do I want it to go as far as
Yeah.
marathon? Ah, Marathon just keeps on getting hit after hit, and not in a good way, after getting purchased by Sony. And
Yeah. Or Bungie. Bungie's getting hit and hit. Yeah.
yeah, what I say?
Marathon. They're one
Uh,
and the same at this point.
yeah, I like to see them have a hit on their hands and turn things around, because I mean, we've seen a lot of layoffs and studios getting acquired and shut down, and I don't want to see the industry shrinking when
Yeah.
they're trying something new. We always scream about we're tired of the same old, and it, granted, yeah, I'd say the extraction shooter is still uncharted territory for the masses, for the mainstream, just like
It is. It
Battle
is.
Royale was. So I mean, like, they're trying something new, and I don't know. I just hate to see them stumble like this.
Yeah. So
Such a
yeah.
revered studio.
Right. So yeah, like one of the things that I was saying in terms of where I see, or I guess where I saw Marathon landing, was it could be. What, am I getting an echo? No, that's just okay. That's just me. Yeah. So I was saying, if Marathon hit, it could be the essentially like premier console extraction shooter, because there. I mean, we have the Hunt Showdown as like I guess, that extraction shooter right now, but it is
You mean
not that
you mean
big.
the Fortnite of extraction shooters?
Yeah, right. Yeah, like
Until Fortnite just
it
fucking
makes
throws
an extraction
extraction
shooter.
shooter mode on it. Do
But
that
it's
shit
like,
in the
oh,
weekend.
right.
Oh, was this your extraction shooter?
Yeah, call it Sprint.
Mm,
But yeah, like it was a thing of like there's definitely a hole in that market for the console space, and that could be it because Tarkov is pretty much straight PC. Delta Force is PC, although it's also coming to console, but like again, like
they're
it's a
taking too
point
long, just like PUBG. PUBG had the market all to itself and let Fortnite eat its lunch. So
right.
it's there for marathons or arc raiders taking.
Yeah,
Um,
I that's gonna bring up Arc Raiders. Yeah.
mhm.
So, and that's the thing, like Marathon essentially got the Horizon Zero Dawn treatment where this other game came out that like basically sucked all the air out of the room, which was Arc Raiders. And like Arc
Yeah,
Raiders is essentially doing similar stuff to Marathon in terms of being an extraction shooter, but because
just
the
different
bones
aesthetic. Yeah.
yeah, but because the bones of Arc Raiders was a PvE game, it has a lot of those elements that makes you feel like you can just live in the world, where Marathon doesn't necessarily have that stuff. Like Marathon is very much
Huh.
so extraction shooter first.
I I wonder if Marathon started as a PvP extraction shooter and they added in a
Probably,
E,
probably, yeah,
and Arc Raiders went the other direction, and that's why their environments feel so different.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, but it is a thing of like because it almost feels like of course, Arc Raiders World was developed first, and then the whole mechanics and stuff kind of came around that where Marathon seems like the world was not a second thought, but like it was complementary to the characters,
Yeah.
but it like you don't when you get in the Marathon, you don't feel like you can live in that world. So it just it came out or the alpha test came out at the wrong time. Like that's
Mhm.
what it boils down to. And it's just like it has to come out at some point because they need to get this stuff tested before they make the actual release to make sure the stuff works. So the original game plan was to have the alpha come out, do the test or whatever, have
Mhm.
this talk live stream where they talk about the stuff that's going to happen next. And then they were going to drop a open beta in August that ended with a pre-order and then have the game drop in September. Now, because of pretty much everything, that's all being changed. We don't know what's being changed to. My my hope is that they still manage to put out the open beta in like August and just delay the game and just really refine it and pretty much add the sticking points that a lot of the community had in terms of playing the alpha version. So that's sort of the best thing they can do right now. Um, yeah, I think there's too much money behind Marathon to just straight out cancel it like they did with
I mean,
Concord.
there was a lot of money behind. There was a lot of money behind Concord.
There was a lot of money behind Concord, but I think Marathon can still work as a game. It just wouldn't it's not gonna be as big as they wanted. Like, Marathon still feels good to shoot. Um, the mechanics itself are still sound. Like, some of the edit or some of the, feedback from the community can be implemented before, September. I mean, probably not the
Yeah.
proximity chat and, like, the bigger stuff like that, but that stuff can come later on if the game can manage to find its footing. But yeah, it's a big mess. I wouldn't want to be in Bungie's shoes right now. Oh man.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate is the right word for this. But yeah, and the I think the main thing to remember, not remember, but the main thing about all this is that technically even with the whole stolen art assets, to switch that is not going to change the gameplay. So they technically could carry on once they get past the whole art inventory thing. Like they can still get this game up and running, but they're just doing the due diligence to make sure nothing else is going to get caught down the line, which would create more of an issue for them. And then there's also the thing of, I'm not sure if it's confirmed yet, but apparently this whole stolen art stuff has happened like 4 other times, like in the development of Destiny or something. Yeah. So it's an issue that they've been having. And then the last thing is like, again, I'm a graphic designer as my day job, and it is a thing of I deal with a lot of different art assets from different sources. And in the case of what happened in Bungie, the onus is really on the actual artist or designer themselves, because I have to.
Bungie as a company is not going to go behind you. They trust you to basically not steal while on the clock.
Exactly. Like that is the agreement that is made between like the artist designer versus the senior artist or art director or whatever. Like they're trusting us to look at the stuff and be like, oh, let me not use this because I understand this is someone else's stuff and I can't just put that in my stuff because it's plagiarism or whatever. So yeah, that's that. That's my thoughts on what's happening right now. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. Better news, number 3. Naughty Dog confirmed Secret Game is in development. This comes from Insider Gaming by way of wait a minute. Ryan
Is that Secret Game The Last of Us 3?
No, silly. It's The Last of Us Remastered Part 2. Okay, so Naughty Dog is apparently working on a secret game next to Intergalactic. Wait, did I say that right? Intergalactic, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Heretic Prophet. I knew I forgot.
You could just say Intergalactic. It's fine.
Yeah. I think I'll do that from now on, actually. So here's a funny thing. This was this was revealed on the Press X to Continue podcast.
That's our other podcast, if you didn't know. I'm joking. Don't go listen to that. Block it. Actually report it a theft.
Right? You know what's funny? I actually jumped on their YouTube channel to see like what was going on. One, we got more subscribers. Thanks, y'all. Keep the subscribing on us. I might actually reach out to them to see like what they do and how that goes. They have a bunch of like
how they get Druckmann on there.
Right? Yes. Like, yes.
The hell did y'all do this?
What is your
Marcus?
Secret? Tell us your secret, right? Do your connections think Marcus go? But yes, on the Press
Get on that casting couch.
Please, Marcus. Okay. On the Press X to Continue podcast, Druckmann revealed there's another game at Naughty Dog being worked on, and I am more of a producer role and get to mentor and watch this other team, give feedback, and be like the executive in the room. What game do you think this is? Because I think I know what this is.
The Last of Us Crash Bandicoot. I don't know.
I think this is going to be an Uncharted game. And I think
this is I think they said they're done with that. I don't think
No. I think it's going to be with the daughter, with Nathan's daughter. Because that was a thing that they teased in like the PlayStation showcase. They showed like a very, very, very quick like scene of some like teen, like young adult lady, looked like she was in a tomb, but it wasn't Lara Croft. And this is like, who is that person? And they never kind of talked about it. And this feels like the kind of thing, because like Druckmann's like, yeah, I'm a producer, I'm mentoring these people, and I'm like just kind of, teaching the next generation. It's like, well,
The next
Uncharted is a
generation would
pretty
be Cassie or whatever her name is. Cause
yeah, and it's like Uncharted is it has a great story, but it's not as not as heavy as like Last of Us. So it's just like
yeah,
that kind of makes sense to me. And I mean, this could just be a new IP, but I feel like Uncharted would probably be the thing to like, yeah, guys, make an Uncharted, go for it. Oh, actually, this article is talking about Uncharted. So it's reported it won't be The Last of Us 3, but rumor suggests that Sean,
Hmm?
that's the last name, Escovy? I don't know. Who worked on The Last of Us and Uncharted will direct it. The last major Uncharted game was Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, released in 2016. 2016, dang. It's almost 10 years ago. Oh my God, I'm old. A year later, The Lost Legacy launched as a standalone DLC for which Escovy, I don't know the last name, man. Sean was a creative director and writer. It's not confirmed that the unannounced game will be an Uncharted entry, but there were rumors regarding a game starring Cassie.
Cassie. I literally just said
Cassie.
the name, DJ.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, Cassie Drake. Drake is the last name. Nathan. Yep, daughter in the series. Nailed it. So yeah, that's cool. When will we see this? PS6.
Yeah, probably a few years at like 3-4 years. They don't have the
Yeah.
output that Insomniac does.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of which, what is Insomniac doing right now?
They're working on Spider-Man 3 and
Spider-Man?
Wolverine or something like that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Wolverine. Yep. Totally forgot about that. All right. Speaking of PS6, we got some hot leaky details on that. But
Ew.
before that, it's a
What's
leak,
wrong with
You gotta plug the leaks, as the guy from GTA 6 says. That's coming out next year, not this year. Unfortunate. Hey guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. If you're listening and you can't see me look at you, well, one, get on the YouTube app that you have on your phone or your computer. Go to our channel, watch the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and then hit the notification bell. And then on your phone, leave us a review on whatever podcast service you are listening to us as you're doing those things I just asked you to do. Thank you. Also join our Discord. It's at pressxnumber2start.com/Discord. Cool. See ya. All right. Number 4. New PlayStation handheld detail leak. Full portable console reportedly planned for PS6 launch. This comes to us from the Game Post by way of. Wait a minute. Still scrolling up. Abdul Jawad. Yes, we're gonna go with that. If I screw up your name, I apologize. I draw. All right. So yes, apparently this is. I'm just gonna read the thing. I don't need to ramble on. Okay, leaks reveal new detail on PlayStation's next handheld. The latest information comes from the NeoGAF forums, where a well-known Xbox hardware insider who goes by the name of Heisenberg
that?
FX4 shared some of the new details in response to a fan questions. This leaker claims to have sources confirming that Sony is indeed working on a full-blown PlayStation handheld, not just a refresh of the Portal, but an entirely new console. We have heard that rumor before in the past, so this is just kind of confirming that, I'm guessing. According to the post, the upcoming PlayStation handheld won't just be a minor upgrade from a with a better screen or improved Wi-Fi. Instead, it's described as a real portable PlayStation console designed to stand on its own and cost more than the current Portal device.
350, 400.
Oh, and I
Call
think
it.
it's going to be like Steam Deck size or pricing.
No, yeah, but price.
The price?
Yeah,
Yeah,
350, 400.
I think it's going to be more than that. I mean, if it's going to be a standalone, then like we're 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 talking like Steam Deck, like Asus ROG and the other one.
Yeah, but I can see people cussing, thinking it's supposed to be portable. Portable is supposed to be cheap.
I
Like,
mean, people gonna spend $500 for the Nintendo Switch too.
shut up. How dare you?
Hey, I said people, not Sean specifically.
Oh, okay.
Sean specifically. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, so the other thing is that this is supposed to happen around the
Mhm.
PS6 launch. I
Yeah.
wonder if they're gonna do you can either get the console or get the handheld, or if they're gonna do the Nintendo thing like the handheld is the console. I don't think they're gonna
Or get both.
or get both. Yes, yes. And then the camera points at Sean. You get both. We're
I
talking to
have a
you, Sean.
I have a problem. All right, leave me alone. It's either this or meth. All right.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Only the old people know what that's about. No, not meth. There's a commercial. It was a 90s commercial. Anyways, yeah, this is interesting. Like I I mean, this is cool. Like I play my Portal a lot. I think it being a more dedicated thing, like, the Vita's coming
Would
back
be
in a
cool.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like right now, I would love to play Clear Obscure on my Portal, but I can't because of the like QTEs. And yeah, I could turn it off, but like I enjoy that part of the game. So I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm robbing myself of that. Boy, are those QTEs fun. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this. That's cool. We'll see. Come next year, they'll talk about it as Summer Game Fest, I guess. I don't know. Or no, probably later in the year, like a PlayStation showcase, maybe. Speaking of
Yeah.
showcases, I think there's rumors that there's supposed to be a showcase or a state of play around this time. Like I think
I mean, we're
maybe
around the
next week.
corner. We're a month away from
Yeah.
a summer game fest. I mean, it'll come soon.
Yeah. Yeah, it should. Speaking of things that we possibly would see at the showcase slash state of play, well, not this year apparently. Hideo Kojima reveals his next espionage game, Physint, is 5 to 6 years away. This comes to us from VGC by way of Jordan Midler. Kojima recently spoke to French magazine Le Film, Francisca, Francisca, Francisca.
Yep.
I don't know, guys. I try my best. During which he was asked about the adaptation of the Death Stranding film, which is currently in production at A24, and if he'd like to work on more films in the future. Of course he would. He's Kojima. Uh, when asked if he'd like to direct a film, Kojima replied, "Oh yes, I received many offers after leaving Konami."
Hmm.
That's
They were just
that's pretty
waiting for
cool,
him to leave his abusive
right?
partner.
Like, please make this Jack Reacher movie for us.
I could treat you so much better than Konami.
Right? Look at all
Anyway,
my monies. Yes. Kojima went on to explain that he has multiple video game projects in development and that he may consider making a film once Death Stranding 2 and Physint are complete. Besides Death Stranding 2, there is Physint in development. That will take me another 5 or 6 years. Maybe after that, I could finally decide to tackle a film. I grew up with cinema. Directing would be would be a kind of homage to it. Besides, I'm getting older and I would prefer to do it while still young. Cool. Um
he considers himself young. Alrighty.
you see a jacket he wears? Oh yeah, you know. And on top of this, he's also working on the Xbox game OD. So he has a lot
He
going
is
on.
61.
Yeah, yeah, he's also 60.
He about to turn 62. His birthday is apparently 2 days after mine.
Oh, snap. So
August 24th.
he's gonna be 60, 60.
I
Geez,
just said
67.
62.
No,
Oh,
I
you
know.
mean in 5,
Like
6
when he's
years?
done. Yeah, like 67, 68 when he's done with this. And it's just
Yeah.
like, sir, sir, oh, you better hurry with that movie. But yeah, this is Kojima. He's like one of the industry greats. So, it doesn't matter his age, he'll still be able to create cool stuff. Um, Yeah, and Death Stranding 2 is actually right around the corner. I'm actually excited for that game. Surprise, huh?
Damn. Now, I just was curious about Shigeru Miyamoto's age. He's 72. But
Oh.
so Physint is coming out in a few years. Cool. Why is that cool? Because even if it was coming to Xbox, it's coming to PlayStation. His other game, OD, which was announced exclusively for Xbox, guess not anymore, huh? So just we just over here all playing Hideo Kojima games.
Xbox was like, I wasn't even in this podcast. Why am I just race?
Hey, we're going for representation for all the consoles, even if Jordan isn't here.
Right. Oh man, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. This is all true. And if you have a PlayStation console, you have an Xbox apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is cool. For the fact that Physint is 5 to 6 years away, we're not going to see anything. We probably will see like stuff.
Yeah,
He's not making Death Stranding 3, so pretty
we
much.
don't know that.
No, he said he's not, right? Didn't he say he's not making Death Stranding
I mean,
3?
he can say all he wants until the creative bug hits him.
You're right. That's true. That's true. I take it back, guys. He's working on Death Stranding 3 and 4. It's confirmed here. He's never going to stop making games.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into
Delivery.
the next. Say what?
Death Stranding 4, Sons of Delivery. Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty. Yes. Anyway, go ahead.
That's the only Metal Gear Solid game I played. Number 6, actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. Number 6, Jade Raymond has left Haven Studios, the PlayStation-owned studio she founded. This comes from VGC by way of Chris Scullion. So, if you are wondering, like, wait a minute, Haven Studio, what game is that? That's Fair Games, guys. That was
they haven't released anything yet.
No, that was the other live service game. So Marathon right now is tumbling down a hill. Fair Games just got shot in the head with the director or with the studio head leaving.
Yep.
That literally leaves the Horizon multiplayer game as the last
announced thing
of the PlayStation Live service campaign. Yeah, that's the thing.
But
according
Haven wasn't. Was it a PlayStation studio?
No.
Yeah,
well, Haven.
Yeah.
Was it formed under PlayStation?
Yeah, it's under Sony Interactive.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, according to a new report by Bloomberg, Raymond, who rose to prominence after producing Assassin's Creed and exclusively producing Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, and Watch Dogs, has left her studio, which is still in the process of developing online shooter Fair Games. Although the reason wasn't given for Raymond's departure, the report cites sources who note that an external test for Fair Game took place several weeks ago, and that some developers were concerned about how it was received. The departure rounds off an eventful decade for Raymond, who left Ubisoft to found EA's Motive Studio in 2015 before leaving in 2018 for Google Stadia. And we all know how that went. Yeah.
I'm just looking because Sony acquired Haven Studios in 2023. Would you say that was still part? That was a tail end of the pandemic, but they bought them for undisclosed sum in an effort to bolster their live service titles. That's rough, buddy.
Bro, all of Sony's picks during the pandemic was bad picks. Like every one of them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just about. Let me not say everyone, because they also got Bluepoint. Although we haven't seen anything from Bluepoint because they're working on a live service game thing that they had to axe. But Bluepoint's still a good studio. Bluepoint's a good studio. Remember, I said that, guys. Yeah. But yeah, this is just again a mess. I don't know. At least we're getting Ghost of Yotei, you know. That's a positive. We're getting that this year, you know.
Single player games reign supreme.
What do you say? Single
player games are reigning supreme.
Yeah, single player games. Gundam. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing. Okay, I have nothing there. So we're just gonna move on. I mean, other than like, I hope everything is okay with Jade Raymond. I hope if she was pushed out, she lands on her feet. She finds another place that she can actually put out a game and like, you know, get that under her belt. It sucks that she's kind of bounced around different places and just haven't been able to have the runway to actually complete something. That sucks. So, you know, wishing her all the best. Number 7. Square Enix finally breaks silence on Kingdom Hearts 4. Shares screenshots, says it is dedicated to making this an experience that lives up to your expectations. Sure. Okay, this comes to us from IGN by way of Vicky Blake. Square Enix has reaffirmed yesterday's roundabout confirmation that Kingdom Hearts 4 was still on the way in a brand new message posted to social media that complete with images leaves no doubt. This is the quote, "We're currently working hard on Kingdom Hearts 4 and will continue pouring ourselves into the game's development. We're dedicated to making this an experience that lives up to your expectations." So alongside that, there's a collage of several screenshots that not only show us some of the characters you can expect to meet, but also a sneaky peek at some stills from cinematics, combat, platforming, and an intimidatingly large enemy. Cool.
These screenshots look like ass. I'm just being honest.
Oh man.
Like, you can tell the graphical fidelity is in the game, but what? Who was in charge of doing this? This is bonkers, man.
Oh my gosh. Yo, that was perfectly timed. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? It's one of those things where it's like, Square
Oh, I see
Enix.
what happened.
What happened?
And in the so Kingdom Hearts. Wait, who? It's the Kingdom Hearts official like X / formerly known as Twitter. I hate you, Elon. They posted a large collage of pictures, and what IGN did was
it's actually just
flip each one and enlarge them. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, mind you,
Okay.
still looks like ass. But like, why are you showing us a screenshot of an old style rotary phone, Square? What is this?
Oh my gosh. So
You could have left that one out.
It feels like Square is really showing their age in terms of where everyone else is at in just how we share imagery. Like, why is this the move that you do?
You could have shown us nothing. You could have shown us nothing.
They could have shown us a minute-long trailer, like
No.
I would be okay with that than having to zoom in 300% to look at a phone.
Oh, maybe it means something. Maybe it's Mickey Mouse phone. Look, all I know is when they make a Parasite Eve remake, it better look as good as this.
You see that phone? If you look closely, you can see a reflection of Eve.
They better be dialing back to 1998. Shit.
Oh man, yeah. So this is cool. Yeah, I crack jokes, but you know, Kingdom Hearts still have a special place in my heart. That place is shrinking because I'm getting older and my whole body is getting, you know, bigger. So that spot is just shrinking that's how science work, I think. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4, guys, it's there. It's real. All right. Before we get into what we've been playing, let us jump into the quick hits with number 8. Nintendo says physical games are still a key part of our business following backlash over Switch 2's game key cards. Uh
So here's the reason why they have game key cards.
yeah, go ahead.
Physical memory chips are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
The Super Nintendo cartridges were expensive. Nintendo 64 cartridges were expensive.
Yep.
GameCube, Wii, and Wii U, those use discs. We didn't see any games costing $70 or anything in excess like that.
Yep.
Switch, I guess, lower capacity cartridges, whatever. They did have some cartridges where they had pseudo game keys. Like it did have were they streaming like Resident Evil, one of the Resident Evils or something like that? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
They had like a few games that would stream directly to the Switch for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I want to say it was because of graphical issue, whatever. This isn't abnormal. The issue is game development costs are skyrocketing. Trump is probably putting the tariff on them. I don't know. But the physical actual RAM carts, the bigger the game is, if they're not compressing the game, because I'm guessing they don't have good compression like the PS5's oodle and cracking. The bigger the game is, the more it's going to cost, unfortunately, in terms of like actual file size. And
the more it's going to cost the developers to put their games on the Switch too.
So a workaround for that is game key cards.
Yep. Where it costs Nintendo very little to produce these things because it is just a code essentially that allows you to play the game. But it has some technology on it that still treats the card like an actual game card. Yeah. So I think the only, not only, but like one of the studios who are actually no, we're going to launch with the whole game on the card, and that is CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk. Which I think is pretty cool because that's like a full circle for them in terms of launching a completely broken and busted game on the PlayStation 4. And the only way you can play that game if you had the PS5 and Series X, whatever. And now
or Google Stadia, surprisingly.
Google
Stadia was before its time, and they did not have a clear message to the people. But it is what it is. They were a year or two too early.
So yeah, that's awesome. I mean, awesome is kind of a weird word, but yeah, that's the thing that's going on with Nintendo. But this is one of those things where it sucks right now. Maybe it might suck a little bit in the future too, because it's just like, well, in terms of game preservation, it's sort of gone now in a way. But yeah, thus is the future. All right, let's talk about what we have been playing, and then we can wrap this puppy up for Christmas, which is in a couple of months. Oh, that puppy's gonna not make it probably. Oh no. Okay. We have been playing Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Both of us have beat Act 1. And we decided off cast that it is a little too soon to spoil the stuff. So I'm not gonna say that the giant pincushion guy thing explodes at the end of Act 1. Yeah, so what is your impressions so far with this game, Sean?
I don't want to see everybody following this.
Really?
As far as like
in what way?
In terms of the play style.
Okay.
This is getting 9s and 10s everywhere and the highest rated game of the year, and is instantly, as soon as it was launched, like, damn, this is a potential game of the year. People copied Breath of the Wild mechanics right after. Everybody tried to make a battle royale. I'm sure we're going to see a few studios rushing to go, not understanding what makes this game a hit,
Yeah.
trying to go make an active. What
active
the hell even
turn
call?
base.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what you call this because I mean, Final Fantasy calls their stuff active time battles, so
Yeah.
I don't know, but look forward to at least 4 to 5 games copying this
Wait.
turn-based.
I think I heard someone say real time turn based, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, but sure. I think that's what I've heard.
Look for
I
4
don't
to
think so.
5 games to copy this in the near future. As I mentioned, Sea of Stars also has something similar, although I don't think you can completely parry your block
Yeah.
in Sea of Stars, if I remember correctly. I'd have to go back and finish the game.
Mm-hmm.
Is this game a breath of fresh air?
I mean, it's a depressing breath, I'll tell you that. But I think, okay, so my perspective, right?
Yeah.
I am a person. The last turn-based game that I played was Metaphor Refantasio.
Mm-hmm.
That was also, Game of the Year contender last year. And I think for me, the weakest part about that was the turn-based combat. And the reason
Mm-hmm.
why I found that to be the weakest part about it was because one, the mechanics themselves were kind of overly complicated and it's kind of like, what am I even doing here? Like, why am I leveling this stuff up?
Okay.
But beyond that, it was the typical thing of like, all right, I'm going to take this hit next turn. I have to figure out how to heal that person to be able to get that person to do an attack, to do the next attack or whatever, to essentially try to beat this boss,
I
right?
mean, I understand why people don't like turn-based because they feel like I should be able to
Yeah.
mitigate all hits.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I think that's the beauty behind Clear Obscure because it's like
Mhm.
you can go ahead and heal the person and just like go on with your life, or you can be like, you know what, I
I'm
at
gonna
this
risk it.
point, yeah, I feel like I can probably like
Let me
edge
see if
out
I
a
can do
dodge
enough to just
or a
end this
parry.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Or
what's more,
you could prolong the fight and heal the person and save your out of battle items to heal them.
true.
I do that sometimes too.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, but like I really like this system because it gives you pretty much all the control in terms of how you want to engage with the combat. Like you can sit there and be like, nah, I'm going to dodge my attack. I'm gonna dodge your attacks. I'm gonna parry your attacks. And like if I take hits, if I take damage, whatever, that's on me. But then you can also respect your character to have like
Mhm.
really high HP, really high defense. So even if you are taking those hits, it's not going to completely one shot you. Like I'm kind of in the like in
Until you get
between
to the gradient attacks. You're
the
not there yet, are
gradient,
you?
the gradient.
Yeah,
No.
those are one hit kills no matter what.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, and it's just like I I really like how challenging this game can be, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you know, it still gives you those tools to like overcome that challenge. So like I think that's the breath of fresh air that people are like kind of referring to because I think the story is really impressive. It's really captivating,
Yeah.
but as I said, it is very depressing, and it's a thing of like, man, it just kind of sucks for these people to be in this situation to kind of have to deal with everything and the like layer on layer on layer of like twists and storytelling that's happening is just I don't couldn't be me, man. I would have been expedition what 60 something, the ones that found the mushroom
Yeah.
in Escavi's in Escavi's place or
SDA. Yeah.
Eskia. Okay, French is my my weak language. Oh, I thought that was Shireen. Yes, my weak language. My strong language is Japanese. Yes. What are you laughing at? What are you
Uh,
talking
English is your weak language, nigga.
about? I told you that with confidence, John.
But anyway,
But yeah,
I'm enjoying this
what's
Game
your
of
team?
Thrones-esque, huh?
What's your team? Well,
um I'm using Mael and Sael and
okay.
Mr. V.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wish this is one of those games where I wish you had an XP share function because I don't feel like swapping them out.
Yeah.
I do like the
Yeah.
addition where if the whole team
Uh,
dies, you can pull in the
yes.
person that's not currently fighting.
Yeah.
However, they're under levels.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that there's an EXP share type function item in this game.
You pull out Lune, she's like level 12. She's like, I'll do my
Yeah,
best.
I don't feel like swapping the parties out frequently. I just want to
Oh man.
steamroll my way through the game, but I mean, it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Like I've been swapping out my characters. So like they're all like right now, I think they're all around like 25, 26.
Mhm.
So the boss guy, or the last boss that I fought in Act 1, I had to switch out to my last person
Mhm.
because I just completely whiffed on one of the attacks. I'm just like, I should have healed, but I tried to risk it and I died. I'm like, ugh. And then my what's her name? Mael, right?
Mael, yeah, the young girl.
Mael, yeah. She was my reserves person. She came out and she just won it for me because she was just a monster. But
Why do
like,
you not have her as one of your main people?
I mean,
They
I
have
you know what?
they have builds online with her just soloing the entire game.
Oh yeah, yeah, with their victorious or whatever that stands, the
Virtuous.
200 virtuous. There we go. Yes, the 200% damage, but like that's
Yeah.
insane. But yeah, I've been mixing, matching, and all that stuff because I like to tweak and stuff and see what happens.
Do you have any complaints about the game?
Um, I do. My one of my biggest complaints, and it literally just kind of happened in my last playthrough where I was in a cavern trying to collect crystals, and it was just dark.
Ah,
And when it got to the actual battles, there was no like additional light, so the battles were also dark. And I'm just like, I can't. I want to dodge and parry things, but I can barely see them. So it's like, what's happening
gotcha.
here? Um, Beyond that, I mean, like, I don't really have any big issues with it. I like,
It just
I
needs a
kind
map
of,
for me.
yeah, mini map, yeah.
It don't
I
even
think
got to be
that.
a mini map. You could force me to open up the menu and look at where I am. I just
Oh, okay.
these
Just need a map.
expeditions didn't like everybody's leaving notes. Did nobody chart out anything?
Nah, that's Expedition 32's job.
God damn it. I think that's really my only gripe because
Yeah.
their excuse was it's too complicated to make because of all the way they layer all the levels and stuff. But there are other games that do similar stuff. Come on, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a cop out.
No, yeah, that's a cop out. You can just do a different layer. Like you can do level one. Like that's a cop out.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's something that it wouldn't
Or
hurt the
hell,
game to add a map.
even like a compass. I get that they're trying to do the clutter free screen, but give us choice to add a
Mhm.
compass to the top of the map or something. Or like how Dead Space incorporated something on the character. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think those are definitely like would be good improvements to like what they currently have for the navigation system in the game or lack thereof in navigation. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I'm really hard pressed to like find okay. I think the UI
Mhm.
outside of combat, I think the UI is kind of like you guys could have
Ah,
taken another pass at this.
yeah. Plus the highlighting. Half the time I can't tell what
Yes.
I'm highlighting. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just like, come on, guys. This could have been done a little better. Like I love the systems that they give you and that you can play with.
Mhm.
but accessing those is kind of a pain sometimes. Um, yeah, and then I think, how do you feel about the leveling up of the weapons? Like,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it just yet. I don't hate it.
okay,
It's fine. It's
so
fine.
it's one of the things where it's like maybe I just missed where the actual like level up bar for the actual weapons are. But
Hmm.
when my weapons level up, I'm always surprised, like, oh yeah, that levels up by itself, even though you can just like force a level at one of the
It's
vendors or
interesting.
wherever.
It's an
Yeah.
interesting system. I don't
Now I
hate it.
think about it, I don't think I know where. I don't think I remember where to go to level up my weapons.
It's in the camp.
Oh, right.
There you go.
I should probably do that. I should probably do that. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Clear Obscure Expedition is the front runner for Game of the Year. Will it keep that flow? Will it keep that mojo going? Even though we have games like Mind's Eye. We're gonna talk about that next week. Or next episode of this show. Or Crimson Desert that could possibly come out sometime this year. Um yeah. All right, that's it. I think that's it for this podcast. I gotta go make sure my my family is still,
Baby.
yes, the baby. That too. I haven't heard him cry, so that's probably a good thing. Good to
Get out of
see.
here.
Yes. All right, guys. See you later. Have a good one. Take care. Make sure you wash your hands because COVID and stuff is still out there. You keep playing your video games and you keep having a good time. See ya.